This is a 2015 Ford Explorer. And all I wanted to do was replace my wiper that was on here because it was bad. But also on the front, two of them were very bad, so I decided to buy the 3-pack kit, which replaced all three of them. And I bought them on eBay. And a couple videos I seen showed that this arm here just pops off. First you got your cover right here that's covering this bolt, but if you don't have to put the arm on, then supposedly this only raises up about this far. You got to take a screwdriver, put in here and pry down, and this piece pops off. And then when you get your other one, which I had, which they sent me, you got to line it up in here and snap it on. It just snaps back in. Well, this one, I did not know, had a little hook to it, and it hooked over a little piece. So as I pried this off, and I was looking at the other one, which was a snap-on, I broke the two little pins or hooks that went inside here. So now there's nothing to hook it to because that part did not fit. So the money that I saved, now I got to spend for buying a whole new arm, because what they sent me just doesn't snap in, because mine had a little flange and a hook to it. But anyway, these are almost always seized up. This is the original. And believe me, I don't know how you get them off if you ain't got a puller, which I bought for about $3 at a garage sale years ago, and it did help me. Well, like I said, this arm right here has a brass fitting in it. My other one is just plastic, and the hole is a lot bigger, They've sent me the wrong blade. The front ones fit, the back ones don't. It says for 2014. Don't even come close. So this is the brand that I bought from. But when it says 2015 Explorer, this is a limited. Maybe that's the difference, but they claim it to fit all of them, and there's no match. The arm don't match, and the bushing in there is way too little. So you can easily see the difference once you got them off between the two. My original that came off, this has a hook where you got to slide it forward and then snap it off. And this one just snaps in and snaps off. And based on what I seen and based on this part, I pried it loose and it broke these tabs off. Now I have nothing to hook it back to because everything in here got broken. So, because they sent me the wrong part, even though the other two fit, and maybe this one does fit a lot of other different Fords, but it definitely don't fit mine. See, I took this wiper blade arm. I went to 4 stores, even went to a repair shop. They ordered it by VIN number, and it still did not match on this hole here. It had a metal sleeve in it, and a metal sleeve won't work. This one does not have a metal sleeve. So I've had a heck of a time finding them, and they said that I may have to just have a whole new motor put in there, which is going to cost $200 to $300 time you buy the part, I'm guessing, and the labor to have it all put in there. So I thought I'm going to try something. I took this wiper blade, which is a little different than the one that originally was on it. This come with another part, didn't work. But I tried a few different type nails. This is galvanized. and I slipped it through the hole at the bottom, and it didn't want to pull out at the top. And with this being spring loaded, it should hold it on there. So I'm going to cut this nail here off, snap this on there, put it back on, and see what happens. So I just took a good pair of wire cutters and just cut this nail head off here. It's got a little bit of a head here because I don't want it to be able to pull through. And with this being a little bit rough, hopefully it'll stay in place, and it should. But only time will tell. So I'll put my blade on it, and then I'll put it back on the vehicle. Alright, I got the nail in and pinned on this. What I did, I laid this in, since it had a little flat head to it, and I know it can't pull through. I laid this on a piece of metal, took a hammer, and I pounded on this to flatten it out to make it a little bit bigger. So, put this on and see what happens. I know this was something else to get off. I had to force this down on here a little bit by hand and move it around so I could get this bolt on here. This was super hard to get off with a three-legged pulley, wool puller. So I figured it's that hard to go off, it ought to go back on and still grip pretty tight. You just want to make sure you have this in the right position. Seems to be pretty good. Forgot my cap, so, and this cap just has two little placed hinges like inside and a snap on the back. So you just got to get it lined up. Should just pretty much go in place. Windshield's hot. Yeah. And if you have to take it on or off, you just raise your cap up. Well, I'll see how this works and see if I wasted my time or saved $200 to $300. Well, if it holds up and holds up on there like it looks like it would, and it's putting a nice, good, clean sweep on there, so that saved me of getting a new motor on there, paying for it, plus labor. Probably would have cost me at least $300, maybe it would have been more. But I fixed it by using a nail. (2015) Ford Explorer Limited, and the big difference is it's limited, and it's different for this arm than what it is on the ones they want you to pay for.